Okay, fourth graders, how's it going? It's Mr. Bergman here. So what we're doing today is we are working on our practice essays for our review for our upcoming science test. Okay, so what's going to happen is you're going to respond to these questions in your science journals. This is a great way to review because these are some questions that you may see on your science test, and I want to give you some practice responding to, saying what you do and do not understand so that you can better review. Okay, so what I first want you to do, excuse me, what I first want you to do is to please take out your science notebook and put today's test date at the top. Right, so we should take out our science notebook. Please put the date at the top. The title of this page will be Practice Essays. Okay, now what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to talk through and explain each practice essay question. Now, I'm going to keep going through this, but I encourage you to pause and resume this at your own pace. So if you want to pause after I read the first question and then write your response, you're more than welcome to. If you kind of just want to listen to all the questions and then pause and then answer, you're more than welcome to do so. However you want to do this, but I'm just going to keep talking through them, and then I'm going to ask you to respond to them. Now, you can use your notes for this. Okay, you're more than welcome. I want you to use your notes from this past trimester kind of look through to help you answer the questions. You do not have to write the question. You just have to write 1. So I know that you're responding to question 1, or 3 because I know you're responding to question 3. Okay? So here is question 1. Now some of these questions might be familiar because you might have had them before. That's great, but I still want you to write your answer again because maybe your answers have changed based on all the information that you've learned over the past couple months. Okay, question 1. Explain how bowling relates to energy. Be sure to describe where kinetic energy, stored energy, and energy transfer takes place. Draw a picture to support your explanation. Okay, so we've done this before, all right? But now I want you to really be specific. How is energy used in bowling? All right. So in your response, you need to explain where kinetic energy takes place. Where is stored energy happening? Where does energy transfer take place? There are multiple instances for kinetic, stored, and energy transfer where they take place in the bowling process. I want you to be as specific as possible when describing that. And then please draw a picture that kind of supports and models your response. Okay. Question number 2. Draw a transverse wave and explain how it moves. Next, label all the parts of that wave. So again, you're going to have to draw a transverse wave. And in the drawing of that transverse wave, I want you to label and indicate where each part of the wave is. Next, underneath the drawing, I want you to describe or define what those parts are. So what is the crest? What defines what the amplitude is? All right. So all the parts I want you to label and explain are the medium, the crest, the trough, the wavelength, and the amplitude. Question number 3. I'm first asking you to draw a sound wave that has a high volume and a low pitch. Then you're going to draw another sound wave that has a soft volume but a high pitch. Okay, so you have to draw 2 different types of sound waves. One with a high pitch and a high volume and a low pitch, and then one with a softer volume and a higher pitch. Then you're going to have to write and explain how does the amplitude affect the volume, as well as how does the wavelength and the frequencies affect the pitch. All right, so you have to understand how do amplitude and volume relate to each other, and how does the frequency and wavelengths relate to the pitch. Question number 4. What is the difference between a luminous object and a non-luminous object? Be sure to include examples of both luminous objects and non-luminous objects. So again, think back to what we've talked about with light. Explain what a luminous object and what a non-luminous object is and how they are different from one another. And then just give me a few examples in everyday life of objects that are luminous objects and non-luminous objects. Question number 5. What is refraction? Please explain why it occurs and provides examples of where refraction takes place. All right, very simple. Based on your notes and what we've talked about in class, what is refraction? Okay, and then just list a few examples of where refraction can take place in your everyday life. Okay, fourth graders, so those are your 5 questions. I believe in you. I know you can do this. Work hard, apply yourself, because by being thorough in your responses, it will help you be ready and prepare yourself for the test that we have. And if there's some questions that give you a little difficulty, talk with a friend, talk with a classmate to see, what you're kind of missing, because this will help you understand and prepare for your test. Okay, I believe in you. Have a great rest of your day.